What's up, family? Welcome back to Truthville, USA. I am Q. So I've often said that the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And watching the enemies that JD Vance has made has actually made me quite excited about the possibilities that are JD Vance. So I was watching and reading an article that came out from Chinese state news, Global Times. And it actually went really hard after J.D. Vance because of his speech. If you guys remember at the Republican National Convention, he got up and he said that he was tired of the Chinese building their middle class off the backs of the American middle class, and our jobs being taken over to China, and our manufacturing going to China, and us being forced to buy Chinese goods, cheaply made Chinese goods at that, back in our nation. Meanwhile, they ship their fentanyl and killing off our children. And you know what? I can't disagree with any of that. Well, the Chinese state media definitely could, and they came back firing. Now, it was interesting because it doesn't have to make sense with these people, right? It makes perfect sense if you don't think about it. And they come back and they say he was just trying to sound strong in front of his Republican constituents. And he was just trying to, he can't do anything about those things. He's just trying to make himself sound strong. Well, it's weird how much the Chinese communists sound like Democrats, right? It almost makes you wonder if they take the orders from the same master, or even if they're the same people. I don't know. Interesting thought. So he says that they say he's just trying to make himself sound strong. But then they go on to talk about how dangerous he is because of legislation that he's introduced since he's been in the Senate, wanting to completely remove the ability for Chinese companies and for the Chinese government through these companies to have access to U.S. Financial markets, wanting to take away the Chinese ability to own land in the United States and property. And this is something they just absolutely cannot have, right? But I remember before COVID, Donald Trump was absolutely beating the brakes off of China. You guys remember that. It took a while to get going, but China's economy still hasn't quite recovered from that. And I believe a lot of it, that's the reason why we got COVID, a good portion of the reason why we got COVID. Again, that's my opinion. You don't have to agree with that, but it is my opinion. So now you have Trump 2.0 and JD Vance. And China is absolutely not having it. So which one is it, China? Is he just trying to make a name for himself amongst constituents? Or do you dislike him specifically for his policy in attempting to remove China's ability to invest in our markets? He also went on to talk about how it was really ridiculous that we allowed China to not only take manufacturing jobs, but also that they are using slave labor in a lot of cases and human rights violations all over the place to supply those goods to us. So we also have a moral peril there as well, which I have to agree. And so they do the whole bait and switch. Well, it's amazing that he spends more time talking about China being the biggest threat to America when we've got the Ukraine and we've got Russia over here. And JD Vance says, well, we need to deal with the Russia and China thing extremely quickly so we can focus all of our attention on China because they're our greatest threat. Can't argue with that at all. I 100% agree with that. Do you guys agree with that? I mean, how do you guys feel about it? Do you guys feel that China is our domestic, our international partner, or do you guys feel that China is definitely looking forward to the demise of the United States, or do you think there's a world in which China and the United States can prosper together? Want to hear your thoughts, see your thoughts, read your thoughts, comment below. I'll see you guys next time. Be blessed.